Thank you. And now a question from Tom Ludi to Representative Rehberg.
Congressman, what's the biggest lie that's been told about you this election cycle, and what would you say to set the record straight?
Well, I haven't really thought about the biggest lie, because what I really think is I want to be portrayed as somebody who cares deeply about Montana. And I'm not sure that really comes through in the advertising against me, because as I listen and I learn and I travel to all 56 counties, I've tried to be an independent voice. What I try and do is I try and spend my time thinking about how best to represent the people of Montana. Would it have been to vote for a failed stimulus? No. What I would have done is I would have tried to suspend the payroll tax on employers and employees. So every small business in America, including the newspapers, the radio stations, the TV stations that are making all the money on all the advertising against us, would have benefited as well. Every small business could have benefited from that. I wanted tax certainty. I deeply care about the future, not just of our children, but I look at my mom and dad who are in their golden years. And because the investments are not coming back because of the recession, and we're not turning this economy around as much as possible, I care so deeply about trying to change the direction that we're talking about these two avenues. The avenue that the President and my senator opponent has taken, and myself, who believes there's a different path, a better path, one that will create a better opportunity for not just my children, my grandchildren, but my parents as well.
Senator Tester, 1 minute.
Well, I don't really want to keep coming back to the Recovery Act, but remember I told you there was $500 million in tax relief for working families. What creates economy? Demand. That $500 million would go into working families' pockets. They would have more money to spend to create demand. Look, there's plenty of lies that have been said about me from the beginning to the end. For the last 18 months, we've had a continual immersion in them. I guess one of the most interesting one was the one that gave me 5 fingers on my left hand. So you guys can see it's not there. I thought I was going to be able to get him and I could play basketball and be a wide receiver and all that stuff again. Doesn't happen. Hey, last week they sent out a flyer that had my face on the picture on the body of Rick Santorum. Well, it didn't take long to figure that out, if you know what I mean. Okay? So, but the bottom line is this. It's that I pride myself in taking Montana back to Washington, D.C. and working with people. I don't care if they're Democrats. I don't care if they're Republicans. I don't care if they're independents. And it's too bad we didn't have the Libertarian on the stage tonight, because I don't care if it's Libertarians either. The bottom line is it's people work together, and this campaign, his campaign, have tried to make me into something that I'm not in that, and many, many other areas. The fact is you get things done when you work across party lines. Things get done in the middle. They don't get done on the fringes.
Representative Rehberg, do you have 30 seconds?
If you want to talk about false advertising, we'll talk about the fact that they put my head on a silver platter in one of their ads. You can talk about the fact that one of their ads showed me as the Grim Reaper. So everybody's playing that game. It's not unique to he and his and those that are attacking him. But what I find interesting is when we talk about bipartisanship, and he talks about leadership and getting things done, what about the fact that the Senate hasn't passed a budget in over 3 years? Frankly, that's illegal, but it doesn't seem to matter. Let's see a bill. Let's see a budget. Let's sit down and in a bipartisan way, roll up our sleeves across the table and pound out the differences between the two budgets and do it in a transparent way. You know what's interesting to me? Over the course of 2009, when they had single-party rule, they passed Obamacare, they passed the stimulus, and they passed an additional $1 trillion in spending. That's $3 trillion in new spending, and the Appropriations Committee never met once, not once. We didn't have a single hearing. That means no public input. That meant no opportunity for amendments. That did not give us the opportunity for you to have your say. That's not transparency. That's what we got with single-party rule. We haven't had a budget out of the Senate in over 3 years.
Thank you.
We have. It was the bill you voted against.
And now